Hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekend astrology horoscope for the weekend of April 23rd and 24th of 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all very much. I hope you had a great week and are ready for this weekend. It's kind of intense, but I think this moon in Aquarius can definitely help us out a little bit. If we can break out of this is the time of breaking out of attachments and moving into the future, being emotionally intelligent. And that'll get us through any sort of situation that we might have to get through. But there's also a really beautiful aspect of this weekend. So it's going to be kind of a mixed bag, I'll be honest with you. Let's jump into the chart and get into this horoscope. Sun's going to be at 3 degrees on Saturday, so this is about the beliefs. I think it's very much about the belief this weekend, especially Saturday, because Jupiter and Neptune are still close, and we're starting to see, as Venus will come to that 20th degree, we're really seeing this weekend Neptune at the midpoint of Jupiter and Venus. So what this is this little Neptune sandwich of our visions, our spirituality, our compassion. Definitely, like, we can let things go, we can let things kind of dissolve, but we can kind of see the mysticism and then sort of the future that can bring. But it's like the belief that the non-physical can come to the physical, but also the belief of letting things kind of evaporate. And hopefully not feeling like you're too lost in the fog, but again, there's this like belief with the sun in Taurus of the physical realm and the manifestation and your self-worth, to know that if you believe in yourself and you can commit and be persistent and steadfast for the physical items in life or the physical feelings in life or the sensual aspects of this reality, you can really sort of light the way. But that sun and moon are going to be in their third quarter square. So this is that third quarter square from the Aries lunation that we're finishing out here, and that was a new moon with Chiron, of course, in Aries. So we're starting to see where we've been really like connecting too much to a victim in our personal lives, where we've been playing that role, or where we have been victimizing others, especially when the moon's in Aquarius. You know, a lot of this personal stuff does deal with society and groups and friends, but it also deals with your own individuated nature. Like, have you been connecting too much to a martyr in yourself? Have you been this victim? Have you been trying things and then maybe they didn't work out and you're beating yourself up for them or feeling like less than because of it? This is where you can get non-attached to those situations. Change your belief, change the structure of this realm for yourself, and start again, or keep pursuing or keep going. There's a lot of that, but there is something so beautiful too about like forgiveness with all of the, you know, Pisces energy, with even Mars there too. Like, we can't forget about Mars. Mars isn't making a ton of aspects yet, but it is actually building on a sextile with the sun. The sun is faster than Mars. So the sun is catching up. So that's going to be kind of a drawn out sextile that we're about to see too. But it's like really doing the necessary to dissolve parts of our life that are not of the most value. And that's even what Saturn square the nodes, which that ain't going away anytime, real soon. I'll be honest, these nodes are going to sit here at 22, 23 degrees for a very long time. And Saturn's going to go to 25 degrees and retrograde. So that's the big thing here. That's the big karmic point. Like, can we detach from control with Scorpio, from emotional manipulation, from this dark, there's a dark side. And the South Node brings up a lot of the heaviness of a sign, not necessarily the good parts of it. So not all Scorpios are dark. That's not what I'm saying. But we have to, not go into that place of sort of these darker realms. We really want to be looking at the lighter side of life and connecting more to that and going into the future. And like, are we willing to make big decisions with Saturn here and like step up to the plate for that? And I think that a lot of it is really about finding where you can like detach that's going to make you feel more comfortable so that you can go full connection towards what that value is. And I think that's this third quarter square too, as well as like bringing up the Chiron stuff. Like, you got to let go of that. We can't emotionally hold on to that any longer. So that's another part of this weekend that's very important, as we had the moon cross over Pluto for the last time ever. That Pluto's going to be direct before a station retrograde in Capricorn. So we're seeing like a lot of these finales in life. And like, are they tearing us apart? Are they breaking us down? You know, it's very transformative, but there's something about like the mutation in that's very like, it's beautiful. Like, we got to be willing to mutate and transform in life right now. That's where we're going to come up with the out of the ordinary solutions to problems and have better connections, and realize that we're all, you know, that's one thing with Saturn and Aquarius too. Like, we're all on an equal playing field, believe it or not. You know, because value's changing. So don't think for a second that because someone makes more money than you that they're worth more than you, you know, or whatever you want to go with that. Like, we're actually everybody's kind of fucking going through this together in some way in their life. Like, everybody's trying to figure out what they can do now to create a future, and how they can detach from something that is actually a wound in their life and actually holding them back from their true potential and their pioneering ways. This is where we're at. So it does take emotional maturity, and we get that with the moon coming onto Saturn on Sunday. Also, Mercury just crossed the North Node this weekend. So that's a big deal, because again, I talked about it yesterday in Friday's horoscope, but we're talking about like there has been no planets except for the moon for half a month on the other side of the nodes in a very long time. So we're finally getting a look at the other side. It's been so lopsided. So mentally and within our environments, we're starting to see those epiphany moments that came from Mercury-Uranus. And we also have the sun heading towards Uranus. We got a solar eclipse coming with Uranus. Be a couple degrees away. It's like we're starting to see these different approaches. And so you want to pay attention, because that's with Mercury, right? Pay attention. Look at the facts. Look at what's showing up in your environment that's producing value in Taurus. All these little things will stack up to something big, but it's like, pay attention to the little things and see where they're going to get you. And don't get lost right now with all the Pisces energy in just some dream or some vision if you're not actually putting in the effort to connect to it. So that's where the Earth is helping us too, with Taurus right now, big time. And we've been seeing, of course, Mercury and Venus in a sextile, but Mercury's starting to, this weekend, sextile over to Neptune. So we can definitely be at a point where we don't want to see the truth of the matter in our life right now, or we don't want to, kind of say what needs to be said when it comes to our self-worth and value. Because Neptune's so foggy, and we have so much Neptune, so much Pisces in the chart. Like, it's definitely a time to stand up. It's definitely a time to channel, because that's one benefit of this, is like the information that's coming through from the higher realms with Neptune is substantial, and it can be used in your favor. But again, it takes like the groundedness in your environment to actually make the pivot, make the switch, like do something different, instead of actually getting that and being like, well, maybe next week. Well, guess what? Next weekend, it will be Pluto retrograde and a solar eclipse. That solar eclipse is a week away from this Saturday, April 30th. So it's not that we can't do things after that solar eclipse, but man, is it a way better time to start things now. I'll be completely honest with you. Get out of the old and into the new now, because the whole shift of everything's about to start. And it's crazy how rare it is to get solar eclipses in Taurus with the North Node. The last time we had one was 1985, and even a year from now, basically, it with the North Node still in Taurus, getting ready to leave, it will be another solar eclipse in Aries with a North Node in Taurus, 29 degrees, just like it was in 2004. So it's so funny, because it's Taurus, and Taurus is stubborn, and it wants to hold on to value, and it's hard to change. And Saturn is squaring these nodes, and we got the eclipse coming. We really have to boss up and take initiative for these changes that are showing up in life. And it holding on to the past is going to be a hard one, because the changes are going to start to happen quicker than most people think. And I know we feel like everything's good right now, and it would be so nice if everything just stayed good, but we are so numbed out with this Pisces energy. We are so numbed out with Neptune. It does feel like things are kind of okay. And then I know for some people things are hard right now, but that's because we have to deal with the deeper essence of our subconscious too. And like you're seeing, like, who kind of has put in enough work on themselves to be in a good place right now, and then the people that are crumbling, it's like they're having to expedite everything super quick, and that is, hard. So we have to have compassion, of course, for people right now. It's absolutely that, but it's like it's expediting people for where things are going in this change of value and this shift, which these are financial like eclipses. So I know it's a weekend horoscope, and I'm just saying, like, oh my God, this is going to be a big deal for markets. Now, it's just going to bring probably volatility at first. I don't think anything's going away, but volatility is good for traders. Traders love it, but people who are just holding on or investing in life, and especially with a South Node in Scorpio, investments, buckle up. If you think some investment's going to get you rich quick, and you better hope you're playing both sides so that you can go one way or the other. Because if you're just expecting things to keep going up, whether it's crypto or the stock market, good luck. Maybe. That's how unpredictable it is. It might. I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't think just buying anything right now, the investment, and thinking that's going to be the thing is going to bring the value. It's the physical stuff right now that is of value. And is that money? I don't know. Is it just actual physical earth items? Maybe. We're all in this together. I don't have all the answers. I'm just letting you know this is going to be a big deal. So, we will go to Sunday. The moon will be with Saturn on Sunday, which means that the moon's also going to square the nodes. And it's definitely like one of those weekends. It's the last time the moon's going to square the nodes before a solar eclipse, and it's really warming us up. We're going to start feeling the eclipse this next week. Like, eclipses are crazy. They're not normal. You know what I'm saying? They're a big deal. So we're really starting to see, like, and we are having to take the big, make the big decisions with Saturn. Be an adult. And I don't even like using that word, but it is like, right? The adult, if you're a kid, will tell you what you need to do. Like, you need to tell yourself what to do to connect to life right now in the best way for you. Because that's Taurus too. It's what you need to feel good in life. Not what somebody else is providing for you to feel good. What you need to feel good. And you have to connect to that right now and use this beautiful energy in Pisces with Neptune at the midpoint of Venus and Jupiter, the two benefics, where your beliefs and your vision can manifest. But there's also the sun in Earth. There's also Mercury in Earth, Uranus, Pluto. It's got to be both the vision and the action. If you just have the vision, good luck. If you have the vision and the action and the persistence and the can-do and the you're in a way better position for anything right now. But that's where we can just be like, everything is so good. Everything's fine. It is maybe fine right now. Or maybe we're seeing where we have to really make a call in our life for a better connective life that is of a heaven on earth, Taurus. But that heaven isn't going to be shown to you from outside forces. That heaven is yours to create. And that's where it's important to not feel like a wounded martyr, which is why I brought up that new moon in Aries, that we're still in that cycle. And, good luck. Mercury's going to be at 24 degrees, and it's also going to square Saturn and the moon together. So that's a big one too, with Mercury just crossing the North Node, because it's like, okay, starting to see some things, and then it's like, oh God, it sees Saturn and the moon. And then the moon and Saturn don't like each other, and Mercury's like, whoa, chill chill out over there. Like, I know you want to be comfortable, you want to be secure, you want to feel good, and you just want to handle business. You guys are going to have to figure it out, but amongst yourself, and come to some sort of, talk amongst yourselves, Mercury here, debate this, and then do something about it. And that's where Mars starting to sextile with the sun even more is going to be a help too, because it is the action for the vision. It is the creativity that we do possess that is going to create something in the physical for you. It's going to be hard. There's going to be talks that have to be had. There's going to be, it's stress. That Sunday reminds me of stress if you're not already in a place of connecting. And then the sun's at 4 degrees, so it's breakdown, breakthrough, very Iranian, trying to find new ways forward. And with the moon, of course, in Aquarius with Saturn, it's like you're actually going to feel better if you step up and move forward in life and innovate something. You'll get the understanding and be able to have conversation, or be able to just feel better within your emotional body and your mind. But you do have to delegate it for yourself and make the call. So it's quite the weekend. We're going to start feeling that eclipse now, especially with Mercury coming across the North Node, and as the moon's made its final square to the nodes and the third core square to the sun, and we're waning out of that past lunation. We're getting ready for full eclipse season. So, I think there's a lot to be excited about. I just don't want to tell people oh, it feels so good, enjoy every minute of it. Yeah, enjoy it. But, this is where you really got to connect to a life you feel happy and abundant in. And the other one's it'll fucking take you into a dark pit, if I'm being completely honest. Is there anybody in the chat? Oh, thank you for the lovely donation. Very sweet of you. Hath Mercy, nice to see you. Tammy, K.A. Pisces, I appreciate the donation. Thank you. And Off-Grid 90s Kid, what's up, fam? Well, I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah. Could be a very exciting weekend. It could be very stimulating, but there could be blocks up, that you have to get through. And that's part of life, and I think you got to deal with those blocks and make the pivots, and you'll be fine. And there's this beautiful, beautiful energy of your creativity. Got to use it though. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. I used to say that in math class. One of the classes I didn't pay much attention in. 5 of Cups upright. Bye, bitch. Love that card. I mean, of all the 5 of Cups, this one's definitely my favorite. I think we pulled the 5 of Cups yesterday, too. This is not a time to wallow in your sorrows. This is connecting to a better life outside of sorrow that can be creative and abundant in different ways. And that's where you got to kind of figure that out within yourself, so that you're doing something that feels good and not staying in a place that's just ugh. And then I love that it's bye, bitch. We can say bye to those feelings. We can start shifting our perspective, to feel better. Yeah, we might have to handle things this weekend. Maybe it's not the most relaxing kickback weekend, but the Magician. You kick those things and say bye, bitch, and then you get the magic, and you can go to fairyland if you want. You can go to, where am I in the universe right now? So I think there is an escape. It's just not the escape of just wasting time right now, or wasting your energy, or, doing things that are debilitating. It's in a much more abundant, feel good way. That's where the magic's at. And the Hanged Man reversed. One interesting hangman. Anyways, it's like the perspectives have shown themselves with this card, and I feel like it's time to get out of being stuck, get out, start moving. Like, why are we all tied up? It's actually time to go, and I think that we can sense the way to do it. This card's so funny. Like, right, they're like all in the back just chilling, and it's like they don't even see this chick hanging, and then there's like the moon in the background. Like, nobody's paying attention. Like, nobody's gonna pay attention to you being all hung up on a life that you don't want to be in. Like, you have to get out of the tree and do it yourself. Nobody's just there. And that's the thing too, is like with people right now, if people aren't there, they're not there. You know who's connecting with you right now, and you know who's not. Like, I don't know. Might be that weekend where you have to actually say bye to something. Like, we might have felt like, oh, I see where things are not working out. We just had a Libra full moon. Like, relationships, sun, Eros. Things we have relationships too. Libra. Justice in our life. So I think we got to figure out how to justify things and get unstuck and say bye and stop feeling. We got to stop being wounded too. It's not going to get us anywhere. Not going to get us anywhere. I'm wearing a shirt that says bye boy. It's funny. All right. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I will see you on Monday for Monday's horoscope, and I'll also see you Monday, I think, for a live, maybe Tuesday, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing the weekly on Monday or Tuesday whenever I'm feeling inspired and earlier, so I can get more people in the chat and hang out and talk and make it more open. So that's what I'm going to do. Appreciate you all. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you then. Much love. Peace.